Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician, and on this video we're going to take another look at generic rectangles and how we can use them to help us solve multiplying expressions. So what we're going to do for this video is we're actually not going to know the product or the sum at first. Instead, we're going to start with a generic rectangle and we're going to have some missing pieces inside. So let's see if we can figure out the product and the sum when we only know a couple of the tiles inside. So let's say that we have this tile here as x squared. We'll say this guy up here is 12x. And we'll say we'll know part of the side here is a 5. So now it's our goal to kind of figure out what are the missing pieces for this generic rectangle. So let's go ahead and figure this out. Now we see in the bottom left here that we have x squared. What we have to think about is what two terms here on either side, when I multiply them, am I going to get an x squared? And there's really only one answer that works in the sense that we're thinking of, right? What two terms multiply to x squared? Well, I think an x and an x, right? X times x makes x squared. So far we've started to fill in part of the sides. Now, because I know up here this is 12x, and I know I multiplied x by something to get 12x, we now have to think about what am I going to multiply by x by this side here to get 12x's inside. Hopefully you start to see that x times plus 12 will give us the 12x inside. Now down here on the bottom, we know that we have the 5 here to plus 5. We know we're multiplying plus 5 times the x. Well, plus 5 times x is going to give us 5x. And now last but not least, this top right corner up here, we have positive 5 times a positive 12. Well, 5 times 12 gives us a value of 60. Now we have this generic rectangle all the way completed. I can see that my product, or the sides of this rectangle, are x plus 12 and x plus 5. We were able to figure out the two sides by knowing some of the missing pieces in that generic rectangle. Finally, for the sum, I see that we have x squared plus 5x plus 12x plus 60. But again, I always want to think about, can I simplify those middle terms there? And I think we can. 18x's. I bring down the 60, I bring down the x squared. That is the sum of our generic rectangle here. Again, sum is the inside pieces, product is the outside pieces. I just want to recap before we end this video. For this problem here, we only knew the x squared, the 12x, and the 5 outside. From that, we were sort of able to unravel this puzzle and figure out what the missing pieces were, so we knew what our product and our sum were. Alright guys, it's that Math Magician, and I'll see you next time.